So in this video, I'm going to continue this series on the thinking mind as a computer program. I'm going to end with a practice, and it might be something that you're already doing, but you may not even know why you're doing it. And if this whole theory pans out, it will make a lot of sense to you. And so again, the mind, the thinking mind, the voice in the head as a computer program that was really successful for our ancestors. Imagine 100, 200,000 years ago, you're living in a practical ice age, and every morning you had to solve a real problem. You had to break your fast, you had to find water, you had to find food. And now the problem is this program that's running, and it never had an off switch installed, and it's still running, but you have food. Every morning you have microwaves. If you're watching this, chances are, I hope the situation is that food isn't a real problem for you. In fact, if anything, managing your food may be a problem, but not getting it. And consider how different this is from the way our ancestors would go into the woods and literally find things as they wandered around. So what does this computer program do now that it has no real problems to solve? Well, it invents them. And you may have, if you're watching this, you probably have stumbled upon some kind of meditation or mindfulness practices. And these are really, really important. They help explore different experiences beyond the thinking mind. But it doesn't stop the program. Again, there's no off switch. And what does this program do if it has nothing to do? Well, it invents problems. And there's a really important study that demonstrated exactly that when people were given a task and they no longer had a problem to solve, they just changed the criteria and invented task. So the exercise in the video is kind of simple, and you may already be doing it, and that is to give this thinking mind a problem. Something with a clear, definable end state. So again, video games might come up, but those don't really have a good end state. And what I noticed is, in this house, my wife, my daughter, they do the Wordle every morning, and it's a strange thing, Why would you do such a thing? Or crossword puzzles are really popular. But what if we do these to give the mind a problem, a specific problem, so it solves it, and then it's less intrusive the rest of the day. Remember, this thinking mind, this voice in the head, is on. 50% of our waking days are spent in useless thoughts, creating problems, the thoughts that we think are problems. So the suggestion here is, why not throw it a bone? Actually, let's throw the thinking mind, give it something to do, throw it a problem with a solvable state, like a Wordle, like a crossword puzzle, and see how that affects the day. Now, you may already be doing this, but then consider, why? Why is it working so well? There's no real intellectual reason, and it's not particularly fun in any sense, like an amusement park ride. And so give it a shot if you're not doing this, and maybe go back. So maybe one crossword puzzle a day isn't enough. Maybe one in the morning, and crank up the difficulty level, but make sure it has a very specific end state, because I think there is something about the program and something about our ancestors that when they had a specific problem to solve, that's when the thinking mind came on. When the problem was solved, the thinking mind turned off, and they went back into the present moment.